Hi, everyone.
No.
Right. Hi, this is Roomies Review the Movies. I am Lindsay. That is Maria. We are old college roommates who really enjoy film. I have a degree in film, and Maria has been doing reviews on films for the past 20 years. And today we are reviewing High School High. This movie came out in 1996.
Mm-hmm.
So we was like in middle school. Totally inappropriate for a middle schooler, so I understand why Maria has not seen this.
I remember the trailers.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So um but yeah, it stars Jon Lovitz and Mekhi Phifer, Brian Hooks, Malinda Williams, who else? Guillermo, what's his last name? Ortiz, I think.
Hmm.
I think that's his last name.
You got Mekhi Phifer,
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Robert Locash. Great.
Guillermo Diaz. Yep. And then Tia Carrera
Mm-hmm.
as well. So, this movie, um, pretty much starts out with Jon Lovitz, being a teacher at a private school, a very prestigious private school. His father's like the head of the board, and they wanted to promote him. However, he had other thoughts because he had received an acceptance letter for employment at a public school, public high school. And so, right when they was wanting to promote him, he ended up telling them like, I am taking other, I'm taking another position. His father was upset about that, and they had some words and whatnot, but he went on ahead and left the school and went to go work at Marionberry High.
Right.
So this is like the worst school in town. It's the movie is pretty much like a parody of the high school films and
Yeah,
whatnot.
it's
Um,
definitely trying to be like, you know how we have more these days, or had anyway, scary movie parodies, and like, those are really popular. Not another teen movie parody
mhm.
that was popular. So it's kind of like, it's of course pre all of that, but it's in the same vein,
Yeah.
right? Trying to like parodize, is that the word? No, trying to make a parody of these inner city high school films.
Yeah. Because you know what was real big at the time?
Inner city high school films.
Yeah, but there
Good
was
movie.
one in particular.
Oh, I don't know. I was 13, 12 or 13.
Yeah, but this one was huge. Dangerous Minds.
Oh, yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. I didn't pick one. But yeah, Dangerous
Right.
Minds was huge, huge, huge.
Yeah, it was a huge film. So, um,
But oh, there's even a sketch on oh gosh, what is the show? Not SNL, but
Mad TV.
Mad TV,
Hmm.
about like friendly white teachers coming in to improve schools of black and brown kids and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
So this is
Yeah.
like a parody of all those things. So
Right.
it's not just the word. It's not just a bad high school. It's a literal war zone. Like,
No, right. Seriously. And then this one white teacher from private school comes to save the day and turn these kids around, turn these misfits around.
mhm.
And so, another one was what Lean on Me that it parodied as well. Like it took a lot of the high school movies, which was hugely popular back then,
Yeah.
and made a big parody of it. And I want to say it was from the producers of Naked Gun.
Yes, and I could tell,
Hmm. You could
even
definitely.
without reading that, like the style is very much Naked
Hmm.
Gun humor.
Absolutely,
Um,
absolutely. So,
a little bit of a Monty Python sprinkled in
hmm,
there, but
right.
I was like, oh, this is that.
Yeah,
Like,
yes, 100%. It is definitely that. And they didn't shy away from it, with the slapstick comedy and whatnot. So, yeah, so he leaves the private school to go to Marionberry High, which is the worst school you can ever think of. Um, it looks the worst. It has the worst people. Um,
The
yeah, all the way
school's from
around.
the inside now. It's literally falling apart.
Right.
There are explosions. Like,
Yeah. So he goes to this school to teach this one class, which houses the worst people in the school in this class and whatnot. And he becomes acquainted with one of the other fellow teachers, which is played by Tia Carrera.
mm-hmm.
And then he also meets the principal as well, who's played by Louise Fletcher. And she is, I was wondering if she was still on. She's not. But yeah, she is one of these stern teachers. Um, let's see.
She's not stern. She's abusive.
Well, yeah, I was trying to be nice.
She's literally hitting these kids with bats and calling them names.
Right. So Marlon is watching. Hi, Marlon. He says this movie is a forgotten spoof. Yes. So, yeah, he meets her, and she is abusive. She's ruling with the iron fist, at least trying to, or whatnot, and
she's ruling with a wooden baseball bat.
right, that, and yeah, of course, the movie pokes fun at her and whatnot, but yeah, so they have their interaction, and then he goes to meet the class. The class consists of Mekhi Phifer's character along with Brian Hook's character and Guillermo's character, which are Griff, Paco, and Anthony. So they like he sees what he's getting into with them and whatnot, and
Mekhi Phifer is like 22 at the time.
Yeah, and he looks great. Because this is around the time with right before Soul Food.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think we knew him before. Maybe I didn't.
I'm sure, but he was again like in his 20s, so he would have been just coming up anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what would have been first, but okay. So yeah, High School High was like his fourth project.
Okay. Yeah. So I think this was my first time seeing him because I remembered him from this when I saw Soul Food.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, Soul Food wasn't next year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, then Brian Hooks. I always remember Brian Hooks from High School High as well. But we know Brian Hooks from Three Strikes. And did you ever watch Eve's show?
Not really.
Okay. So
it was play.
Yeah, it was on for a couple seasons or whatever, but Brian Hooks was on that show as well.
Yeah, he was also in Beloved and The Spy Who Shagged Me.
I do remember him, The Spy Who Shagged Me. I've never seen Beloved though.
Ooh, it's good. You have to watch it twice though to really kind of get it, to be honest.
What? You're the first person that I've heard say it was good.
That's because I watched it twice.
Okay. So the first time you watched it was trash?
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Like the first time you watch it.
Yeah.
But the second time I watched it, I understood much more of what was going on.
Okay.
It was really ambitious for him to even try to put that into a film, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I remember when Oprah was promoting it and stuff, and people were really at the Oprah show telling them, I'm confused.
Yeah. I totally understand why they were.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. I didn't know he was in that. That's cool. Because I usually see him in like silly stuff. So, yeah.
He has range.
He does. But yeah, and he's still out here working because I follow him on Instagram. So
all right.
Yeah, he's still out here.
BMW.
Mm-hmm. So, a lot of things happen in this movie, it's kind of like a lot of scenes put together to
It
tell.
is. It's just a
Yeah.
lot of ideas and small scenes
Hmm.
put together.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. There was one at the dance, at the school dance, where Griff and Natalie pretty much meet and they share a dance. And at first, Natalie was like, I'm not dancing with you. I don't know you. And he was just like, it's just one simple dance. And then they get out there and they're grinding pretty much.
right,
Yeah.
right. Got a whole floor routine.
Right, right. So it was like, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh
I remember the trailer showing part of that scene,
huh.
but then also the other part where he gives him the record and
Yeah.
Rhinestone Cowboy starts up. I remember like, oh yeah, that's cute, but like
Right.
I was never like, yeah, let me go watch this, and my parents probably wouldn't have let me either. So
Right. Well, I saw it at the theater, so yeah. But yeah, yeah, the Rhinestone Cowboy is at the dance, and um, I think because it hit so hard in the trailer that when it hit in the theater, it was just like, yeah.
yeah.
But it was a big moment in the trailer. I do remember, and they had it in their TV spots and everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Another one, yeah. So they end up confronting what's his name? Paco. They end up confronting Paco and his gang at the dance. And um like some of the guys at the school, I guess they consider themselves a gang as well. So they went and got Richard, but Richard you know, he wanted to de-escalate things, and he ended up escalating them
Oops.
because because they Paco um he what did he do with Griff? He challenged him to a chicken run.
Mm-hmm.
And so
It's
Richard
just
thought,
so weird.
yeah, right, in 90s, in the 90s, when
Yeah.
you usually see that stuff like in 50s movies, 50s
Right.
uh kid movies, not kid movies but high school movies. So yeah, I thought that was weird too. um but they do this chicken run. um Richard didn't know what it was.
Of course he didn't,
Yeah. So
because who does?
right. So yeah, so they go and do this chicken run, but Richard has to stop them and let them know that this is not okay. So he ends up being a part of the chicken run as well. But now the cars are locked.
Well, he's part of the chicken run by driving his car in between the two,
Right.
trying to talk some sense into them about giving this whole thing up.
Yeah.
Instead of going in reverse,
Yeah.
he
Or
tries to brake.
breaking, yeah, yeah, was a mess. Like uh like the cars ended up locking together and going off of a cliff, and he barely made it out the car. And the cars started a wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, um that was a big moment in the theater because we cracked up, especially when he turned around and his butt was out. We
Yeah.
thought it was really funny. We thought that was hilarious. Um so now he's getting props from everybody at the school the next day because he pretty much was intertwined in this chicken run.
Right.
So yeah.
It was
He
very weird
ruined.
because there's a high school student girl sitting like in the front of the class looking at him like he's so just like
Right.
I was like, oh girl, please.
John?
That would
John.
never happen. I don't care if he won the chicken run.
But yeah. And then he did the chicken run in Victoria's car. And she had
Right.
a rare Corvette. And
Irreplaceable.
yeah, even
She
the
told him
news
before,
reported
I'm not
it.
worried about you, I'm worried about my car.
Right. But even the news reported it as a priceless car. And yeah, the
And
car
was
is
she mad at
gone.
him? No.
You know, it's
Not
okay.
even a little.
Right. But I want to know what she do on the side, because how does she afford a priceless Corvette?
It doesn't matter. She's not a real person.
Well, true. But that's where my mind goes. I want to know
I mean, like even
these
in this
things.
movie, she's not a real person.
Well, yeah, yeah. So, um, yeah, then yeah. So we have that or whatever. So now the kids are starting to come around to Mr. Clark and whatnot, and then Victoria is in the library, and she gets attacked by Paco, and the library doors are locked when Richard sees it. So he gets the janitor to unlock it. So now he's in there trying
That
to.
wasn't the janitor. It was another student who was breaking into somebody else's locker.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought it was the janitor because I remembered the janitor with the leaf blower was right before then. So I always thought that he was talking to the janitor.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So um he goes in there and tries to save Victoria, but he ends up making it worse for Victoria, because Victoria is getting beat up in the whole process of him and Paco fighting. So yeah, so that was a whole
She
thing.
gets concussed like several times, and there's
Yeah,
a very
and almost
it's
drowned.
creepy scene where she like knocks herself unconscious across the bed. He's like, "Let me loosen your bra," and I'm like, "Whoa, okay."
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because I'm just like, what is the point in this? Like,
Yeah. A lot of the humor didn't land with me
hmm,
um, because it just wasn't that funny to me. Uh, it might have been
yeah,
funnier if I saw it when it came out.
yeah, yeah. Because like,
But
I
it's a lot of kind of like white people do this, black people do this, except for it's just black people do this
mm-hmm.
kind of thing. Because like, why would you have a school named after Marion Barry?
Yeah,
I understand the joke you're trying to make, but why would a black and brown school do that? So it's kind of like you wrote a comedy with this in mind, but you don't really
mm,
know too many black and brown people outside of your job. Like
yeah,
for real.
yeah, yeah. Now I don't. I mean, I get what you're saying, because watching it back, I kind of felt the same way.
Yeah.
But yeah, watching it as a kid, it was hilarious.
Yeah, there are lots of opportunities for other points of humor here that they just don't take or don't
Hmm.
follow up on or stuff. I'm just like, and they do something that's like very predictable instead.
Hmm.
It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what this says to them, but what it says to me. But yeah, when I watched it in middle school, it was funny.
Heck
But
yeah. I can
yeah,
totally imagine if I watched this when I was 12 or 13, it would have been funny too. So
hmm, right, right. So yeah, so yeah, but watching it back as an adult, it's just like, mm. And I don't know if it's because they're lazy, or we're used to this stuff, so it's not funny no more, or a combination of both.
it's probably a combination of both.
Yeah.
Because there's still some things in here. I know that even at that age, I would have been like, like the whole thing with her being knocked out and him talking about loosening her bra. Like
Yeah.
even as a kid, I would have been like, that's not. Oh,
Yeah. You know, as a kid, I was just like, it didn't make sense. If she's knocked out, why are you loosening her bra?
right. That's not
Yeah.
funny to me. Right.
Yeah.
That's not a
Yeah.
joke. So
Yeah. I remember thinking that, because I was just like, I don't get it.
right, exactly. I don't get it. Right. And if I don't get it, that means the joke's not there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not there. So, but yeah, um, what else? Like I said, it's a bunch of like the movie does tell a story eventually, but it is a bunch of scenes put together.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Because we never even get like, not that I'm expecting like a whole total like plot and character, blah blah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we never even get a reason as to why he wants to teach at this school.
Yeah, yeah. And why is this such a big deal for him
That he
to make
would turn
a
down
difference?
this promotion to do this.
Yeah, yeah. Like, why does he want to make a difference so bad? You know, like, but but here we are,
It's
Um,
also just frustrating to me how he constantly fails up. Like,
yeah,
because he's so inept, and like this is supposed to be part of the comedy that like everything he does just like everything just turns to shit, but somehow he wins in the end every single time.
hmm yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but I'm
and
just
it,
like, no, actually, he shouldn't win. He's hard.
yeah, right, right. Like he stumbles into shit that nobody would think that would work, but it totally works for him.
Yeah,
And then the whole thing with him and Tia Carrere, her
yeah,
character, it was like, now that was completely unrealistic. Um,
extremely so. And
yeah,
he's 10 years older than her.
yeah, ew. But yeah, I remember watching it back then. Like she would never be with him.
No,
like that's
no,
Tia Carrera. Like,
he doesn't even have like the charm to pull this
mm-mm.
off.
No, no. That's why, like, when their relationship started to develop, I always was like, this is
Yeah.
unreal. You know?
So there's a trope that her character fits into,
Mm-hmm.
called "Born Sexy Yesterday." Although she's not born like in this movie, but everything else applies to where like she has a very childlike mind,
Mm-hmm.
and like she doesn't seem to always know as much as he does, and so he gets to like lead her around a lot, right? Even though
Mm-hmm.
he's completely inept himself.
Right. 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 Yeah. So it's like the blind leading the
She's still
blind.
really sexy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And then he just comes in and just saves the day. But it was like, has she not been doing the work before you got here? Like,
Right.
so, but she's a teacher, but y'all making her out to be a bimbo. And
We
yeah,
never see her teaching.
not one time,
No.
not one time. So, yeah. And then, but yeah, so basically what the story is that this gang who wants to distribute drugs in the high school is there, and they're trying to get him out. Meanwhile, he's trying to make the kids that attend the school um, better students, and he turns them around, and then they have to get ready for the standardized test.
Which takes
With
8 hours for some reason.
it takes what?
8 hours.
Yeah, yeah,
I was like, what?
yeah. That's a long time. That's a long time. They at least spread ours out over days and gave us a couple hours a day. But yeah. Yeah. So they do the test. They feel like they did a great job because they were very well prepared. However, the test results got switched.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the test results got switched, they were told that they did the worst ever. And
Yeah.
because they were spearheaded by Richard, he has to get fired. And everybody flunks and everything is wrong with the world.
Yeah.
So
All the goodwill he had gained with the students and all that stuff is gone.
gone out the window.
Yeah.
Nobody can understand it because everybody was so prepared, right?
Right.
So with that happening, that sends Richard into a deep depression. While that's going on, that's when one of the kids finds out, I think it was Anthony, he found out that the test was switched. So with the test being switched or whatever, they're like, oh, we gotta go get Richard. So they get to putting their heads together, and then they start thinking like, okay, well, he said he would go to Chinatown when he has issues. So they went to
Why?
Chinatown.
The Chinese don't want to deal with your issues. Leave them alone.
You know, but the Chinese always make things better. So yeah, so he goes down to Chinatown, and or they go to Chinatown to find him, and they do find him in Chinatown. And he's like, gone mentally, like he's drunk or high or something like that. And I don't think he was neither one. I just think he was just gone.
Have
But
a psychotic break.
yeah. And so they they get him and they bring him back because they have this new information that um the tests have been switched.
Mm-hmm.
So then they find out that they need to go do a drug deal. I can't remember why they were doing the drug deal. Like, but now they
Well,
oh no
Griff
no no
had
right
joined the gang to make some extra
yeah
money.
right. So now they got to go save Griff. So Griff is at the drug deal and they're waiting or whatever, and the drug deal is in the back of a restaurant, and so now they gotta Victoria and Richard gotta dress like a waiter and waitress to get close to the people making the drug deal so that they can steal their briefcase
Mhm.
and be the people to make the drug deal so that they can get close to Griff and get him out of there. Yep.
Yes, that makes sense.
Total sense, right? So, and Richard on the way there said, "Hey, I think the police should be involved." And they was like, "Yeah, no. We need to commit more crimes to save Griff."
I mean, honestly, everybody in this world is not. No one is bright. So there are chances of calling the police probably would have been the same.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So, yeah. So they become a waiter and waitress. They get close to the drug dealers that got the briefcase full of money. They steal the briefcase full of money because it's not secure. And they take that and then they go to the drug deal and impersonate drug dealers to make a big drug deal. And they want to speak to Mr. A. Mr. A is the head of the gang.
Yeah,
Then Mr. A is in the back room.
local
They
crime
go,
boss.
yeah, the big crime boss. And they go to the back room where Mr. A is. And lo and behold, it's the principal. Did you see that twist coming?
I didn't care. I'm not gonna lie,
So, yeah.
because this
So,
is all introduced in like the last third of the movie.
it really was. It really was.
So it's
So,
not like
yeah.
there's this long mystery about who Mr. A is or whatever.
No, there was not a mystery at all. Mr. A was just spoke about. So yeah.
And then you find out who that is almost immediately. So
Right. Right. So yeah. So the professor comes out. Not the professor, the principal comes out, and then they're all like shocked. Sure. And
right.
um and then then next thing you know, a fight breaks out. They're trying to apprehend Mr. A, the
Hmm.
aka the principal, and doesn't work. They're following her from room to room. In the dining room, he tackles a lady from behind. Richard does, breaks a table.
It's a different woman though.
It's a
It's it,
totally
it,
different woman.
it was the PE coach who he had misgendered really badly before,
Yeah, yeah,
and then he is jumping on her and everything. So
right. And the principal is just looking at them in total disgust because it's
like
like,
you fool, like
right, really, dude. So yeah, but he gets up, and the police finally come and they apprehend the principal and the gang guy Paco. You know, yeah, and then all is well in the world. He goes back
well,
to work. Everybody graduates.
everybody graduate. 6 people graduate.
A whole 6 people graduate. His dad comes and congratulates him. And yeah,
We see Griff has a mother.
Griff does have a mother.
We also see that Jon Lovitz plays his own mother.
Yes, yes, he does. Yeah, and that is High School High.
A lot of the jokes are like stereotype based. if not just straight up stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, so you're talking about Guillermo Diaz and his character Paco, but his name is Paco de la Vega Al Camino Cordoba Jose Cuervo Sanchez Rodriguez Jr. Because Mexicans have long names. It's like, oh
Right.
yes, I've heard it. All it's very much like, yes, I've heard this before. You know,
Right.
and I know, like having seen some other movies with the Naked Gun folks, like these are not fresh for them.
Right. Right. Right.
You know,
But it worked.
maybe it made it work when I was 12 or 13 and hadn't I seen
Yeah.
other Naked Gun stuff before. And
Yeah.
like Mel, oh no, what is his name?
Oh.
Mel.
Oh, Mel Brooks.
Yes, Mel Brooks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, if I hadn't seen those things before, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But it just felt like they were trying to do a cash grab, honestly.
Well, let's see how much of a cash grab they did.
Was it successful? Was the grab attempt successful?
The box office was 21 million. Let's see. I don't think I have the budget. It opened at number 2 the weekend of October 25th, behind Sleepers. The film remained in the top 5 for the next 2 weekends. So yeah,
Which sounds good, but like, what does that mean if we don't know what the budget is? You know?
Yeah. Yep, it doesn't say what the budget was.
Let's take a look at Box Office Mojo, see what they say.
But yeah, I do remember coming out because it was right after my birthday.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it came out October 25th.
All right. Is that Alicia? I feel like I lost you from it there.
No, I was looking at this stuff. So
I think we lost I lost connection. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what the budget is.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the budget here on Box Office Mojo either. It just shows the opening and the gross. So it's a secret, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
That's odd. I've never seen that before.
Hold on. There's a website called Let's be. Thank you. A website called The Numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm trying to pull up. It has their financial information. It's the/numbers.com.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't pull up the website.
Yeah, it's odd.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've had a movie where we couldn't find it before.
Right. But I don't know. But judging, okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Opening weekend
it was like
6.3, yeah. And then domestic share was 100%. Let's see. Latest ranking on cumulative box office list. It said, well, that's how much.
Yeah, it's not here either.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, it's just saying how much it made.
Yeah. Wild. I've never seen that before. Okay.
Yeah. And the adjusted domestic box office is 51.
Yeah. If that
or inflated.
Right. for today's inflation.
Mm-hmm. Um, I'm thinking it made its money back.
Man, yeah, maybe once, I guess, at least.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Oh wow. Now I want to know, like, why? Why? What do we know?
I
Why is it
know.
out there?
I
What's the
know.
big secret?
Right.
You know? Oh well. Let's move along, I guess.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, what were you think? Like, you expressed some of your thoughts already, but like, what is your general thought about this movie, being that you saw it the first time?
Well, it felt. Do we want to do the rankings first, or
We can go to the rankings. Yeah.
yeah?
So we have one movie real trash AF, two it exists, three entertaining, four great, five a true classic. So Maria, what say you?
I'd have to give it a 2.
Two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it exists.
It exists.
um.
It wasn't entertaining for me,
Mm-hmm.
for the reasons I said before. It feels uninspired.
Yeah.
Like I've, even at that time, those jokes would not be new.
Mm-hmm.
They might be new to me at the time, but
Yeah.
they wouldn't have been new. And it just and looking at it now, of course, it feels like they don't have an understanding of the source material to really make the good jokes you really could make. Because it's
Yeah.
not impossible to joke about these movies or parody them at all. Like you can
Right.
absolutely do it.
Right.
But it kind of feels like they didn't know how, and they were also scared. Um, yeah, just it exists.
I would probably give it like a 2.5. And I'm only doing that because I do remember it coming out, going to see it, and enjoying it back then.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I was 13. So, yeah. And, and, we've had almost 30 years later,
Right.
these type of movies that people have done it better, you know.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we don't. Like you can't be lazy with this type of comedy and
Yeah, it's just
expect it to hit with everybody, you know. Um
like I want to laugh, make me laugh.
yeah, right. Like I'm here for it, you
Right.
know. So especially because those type of high school movies are pretty freaking serious.
Yeah, they're very scary.
Yeah. So
And and even a few of those like tread in stereotypes and stuff like that too, or became tropes or whatever.
mhm.
And that could be total. That's absolutely fit for satirization.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we enjoyed it back then. I guess it didn't age well at all.
No, and that's
Um,
okay.
yeah, yeah, because every movie is not meant to age well, to be
Mm,
honest.
yeah,
So
a lot of things are made for that time. Now
mhm.
you might have to be 12 or 13 during that time for,
For you
but
to enjoy it,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
But yeah, yeah, I just remember it being a big deal back then,
yeah. I
and
remember seeing the trailer, but that's about it.
um, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that is High School High.
Hmm.
So Maria, what are we watching next?
Have you seen Gentlemen Prefer Blondes?
Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
They're out in the woods, right?
Sometimes
Yeah, and they have like dance sequence and stuff.
it is a musical.
I have seen that.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. People always, cause like I shock people when I tell them certain stuff that I have not seen, and then when they find out that I'm a film graduate, they're like, "How
Mhm.
have you not seen blah blah blah?"
Well, yeah,
I,
we had that conversation.
yeah. So the stuff you are mentioning is stuff that we were watching.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah,
Right?
that's how I got my degree, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Not seeing Star Wars, no. Yeah.
Well, I was surprised by that simply because of the technical, things that
Yeah.
go along with it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally historical in the terms of like film creation.
Yeah. But they thought that Birth of a Nation was more historical as far as technical is concerned.
Also historical, but no,
Yeah.
not quite in the same way.
Yeah. No. No. Well, like I get it,
Mhm.
but the trauma that comes along with it, you could have
Right.
just told me the technical shit that's in the movie.
We
I ain't
can
gotta
see
watch
clips.
it.
We don't need to watch the whole thing.
Right. Like I ain't
Right.
gotta watch it. But yeah.
And we talked about what was it? I keep wanting to say a cabin in the woods. That's not it. A cabin in the sky.
The Cabin in the Sky I have seen. Yeah. And I've seen The Cabin in the Woods.
Just because I think we watched it, did we?
Did we
I'm
watch
not
The Cabin in
sure.
the Woods?
I don't know. I watch it in like reviews pretty frequently, so
Yeah. I don't know if we watched it because I believe I have seen it prior to the pod.
Oh, okay.
Wait, that's the one with uh, Harrison Ford, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, what's the movie that we watched with Harrison Ford?
That was from below or from beneath, something like that.
What Lies
What
Beneath?
lies beneath?
Okay, yeah.
So you haven't seen a cabin in the woods?
I feel like I have. Because that's
Well,
the
that
one
wasn't
when
it.
wait, that's the one where the person got like violated and then they came back and violated them.
No.
Or I'm thinking of Last House on the Left. I think I'm thinking of Last House on the Left. Yeah. So yeah, maybe I haven't seen Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like. Okay. Because we're talking about some other movies here. Oh, it looks like it is on. It's only for rent. Are you kidding me right now? I'm mad because I had a list. You just shooting me down.
Man. Oh wait, Tay Diggs is in A Cabin in the Woods, right?
No.
Oh well, shit. I have not seen it. No.
Like, which movie are we talking about?
Tay Diggs is in one of them cabin movies.
There are lots of cabin movies for sure.
I know. I just, I get them confused.
That's okay, I guess. There are some Thanksgiving movies I would like to see. I have not seen any of these though. That's the only thing.
What? Oh, well, you want to do a review where both of us haven't seen the movie then?
Sure, we can do that.
All right.
There's one on Netflix right now called Thanksgiving.
Is that horror movie?
I think so. I literally haven't watched the trailer. It says no, it doesn't say, but it's something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Horror mystery.
Yeah. I know. I did want to see that too. So yeah, let's do that one.
Okay, let's do that then. Thanksgiving on Netflix.
Okay, cool. Oh, the Piano Left is on there now.
All right, Lindsay. So where can people find you and follow you?
I have to upgrade. Okay. Well, you can find me everywhere at L_Renelle. That's L_RANELLE. And also on my other podcast, The Ish We Talk, where me and my cousin, who is the other co-host, um, we talk about a variety of topics. So yeah, where can we find you, Maria?
Culture topics. You can find me online pretty much anywhere except for Twitter. I'm not really on there. Deleted all my tweets and moved everything. So I mean, I'm there, but it's just gonna tell you how to get to wherever else I am. But I'm online. You can find me there at Valarmor Dollars. That's VALARMOR Dollars. And I'm also on another podcast called Nerdgasm Noir with 5 other Black ladies where we talk nerdy, geeky, pop culture, and tech things. So you can come find me there too. We also talk smutty romance books and reality TV shows. So you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, yeah, good deal, good deal. So yes, this was episode 66
Yes.
of Roomies Review the Movies, and we will see you guys for episode 67.
Yes, episode 67 for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I'm so ready for Thanksgiving. I want to eat all the dressing.
What are you making?
I don't know. I just want to eat dressing. That's it.
Just eat dressing. That's
Just
fine. I
understand.
understand.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yes. All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.